Maybe it's overthinking late at night, replaying conversations from 3 years ago, or just a constant stream of noise that never gives you a break. Exhaustion from a chronic, overactive mind is a heavy weight, and at some point, you've probably asked yourself a very simple question. Can I just turn this off? Just for a moment? Total silence? The answer is no. You cannot permanently stop thinking. In fact, the sheer willpower used to try and silence the mind acts as an amplifier, ensuring those thoughts never stop. To find peace, you have to abandon the pursuit of a mute button altogether and understand the biological rules driving that noise in the first place. Your brain prioritizes survival over peace. Thinking functions as a continuous, autonomic mechanism, operating independently of your desire for quiet. These interconnected nodes make up the default mode network, generating your endless background noise. Notice this data visualization. Output waves representing thoughts spike specifically when your focus on external tasks drops to 0. Doing absolutely nothing activates the network, causing your mind to wander. Because of this, trying to stop your thoughts through pure willpower makes about as much sense as trying to consciously stop your own heartbeat. Apply sheer force to stop it, and you only heighten awareness of the process you're suppressing. Thoughts are an ever-present environmental condition of the living brain. Attempting to switch them off means fighting your own biology. Let's test this psychology right now. Whatever you do, do not think about a white bear. You immediately pictured a white bear. Your brain instantly defied the conscious order to suppress it. This is the ironic process of control, the psychological loop that makes suppression backfire. This cyclical flowchart demonstrates the exact mechanical loop. When you input the command to suppress a thought, the brain is forced into the next stage, checking if the thought is gone. But to verify its absence, the brain has to pull that exact thought back into focus, creating an inescapable infinite cycle. This logic completely dismantles the common myth that practices like meditation require you to achieve a perfectly blank, thoughtless state. Pursuing absolute emptiness triggers a feedback loop that creates more mental chaos, keeping the overthinker trapped. Since stopping thoughts is biologically impossible, the objective has to shift. The goal is changing your relationship to the noise. Think of your mind as this vast, unchanging blue sky. Your individual thoughts are merely passing clouds. Some are light and harmless, others are dark and heavy, and they move at varying speeds. Mental overwhelm doesn't happen because these clouds exist. It happens because we grab onto them, treating every single passing thought as an urgent command that demands our attention. The actual practice of mindfulness is sitting back and observing the arrival and departure of your thoughts, without reacting or following the narrative paths your brain offers. By refusing to feed the noise with your attention, the mind naturally begins to produce small, unforced gaps of quiet on its own. You already experience this quiet presence in everyday life during flow states. When you are fully absorbed in playing a video game, watching a sunset, or listening to music, the inner voice naturally fades. Awareness remains sharp and present in these states, even as the active internal monologue falls silent. The goal is freedom. The freedom to purposefully choose exactly where your attention is deployed, rather than letting the brain's default noise dictate your focus. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of them. And once you understand that separation, you are ready to explore what actually controls those brain signals in the first place, which is exactly what we'll uncover in the next episode.